I said, pasteurizing is going to kill it. He says, no, it doesn't. I said, why don't you pasteurize your mother and see what happens? FDA could write a thesis on. Very early in our career, FDA came knocking at the door. We were like in business, I don't know, 2-3 years. Guy came in. He was setting us up. He said, Mr. Matzel, we found 13 different kinds of bacteria in your frozen wheatgrass juice. They can cause nausea, vomiting, or death, Mr. Matzel. We found bacteria that could cause death. What are you going to do about it? So I'm like, well, you know, I've been selling it for a couple of years. I never got even a complaint, let alone death. I don't know. No, I don't think you understand, Mr. Matzel. It could cause death. Let me get my boss on the phone. So he gets on the phone, and ultimately they maneuvered me into agreeing to stop selling it and to do a voluntary recall. What a bogus thing. Nobody took it off the shelf. So something felt as if they were targeting us. First, they talked about the bacteria that was in the juice. Then, when we corrected that, on the box it said, we see that you said that it could it could be applied to minor cuts, burns, or insect bites. So I said you'd apply water to those things. Yeah, but it implies that it does something. So it's a medical claim. You have to take it off. So we X'd it off the box. So now we figured out how to make the juice without bacteria. We get a letter. Fresh wheatgrass, it seems to be, it's not on the GRAS list, foods that are generally recognized as safe. 1957 law says that all new food additives have to be proven safe. And since you're not on the GRAS list, you can no longer sell wheatgrass. So it's like, at this point, and ultimately, through the Freedom of Information Act and through whistleblowers, they told me that the pharmaceutical companies told the president to attack wheatgrass, and they had proof of this. And they said, next time they come and tell you to do something, refuse to do it. And if they force you, we're going to sue the president. So that was FDA in the early years. The whole industry knew I was doing it. I was written up in the trade magazines as the guy that saved wheatgrass. Scott Bass thanked me 1,000,000 times for all the work that we did. I did a beautiful job. A couple of years go by, we move up to the country. Now, so it just went on and on. Years went by, they came again. They said that, and I mean 3 inspectors in lab coats came. And they took like 250 samples from all over the plant, and they found apparently listeria, they said, on the cover of a plastic cover of a seed bucket that was in the corner that we never use. We found listeria! Now, if you know listeria, it doesn't happen in one little tiny spot, so it must have been a fake or false positive. So after that, they were coming back like all the time because they never saw it again, but they were going to find it. We know it's here and we're going to find it. A couple of weeks later, boom, 3 inspectors, 3 marshals with like bulletproof vests and shotguns, and 5 marshalettes learning to be a marshal that were texting with their phones and playing with their phones and standing in the back and watching. So 8-10 people took samples yet again. And when they take samples, they have these like, foam rubber paintbrush things that they open up, and they swab the top of the scale. They went to the broom, and they're swabbing the broom. They went over to the slop sink, the hand washing sink that had a pipe that came down to a hole into the drain. And they took one of those things and they taped it onto a broomstick, and they're going down into the ground. I said, you guys, what are you looking for? You're looking for something, you ain't gonna stop till you find it. Oh, they found something, and they can shut me down if I don't let them in and check yet again. So I said, go ahead, shut me down. I said, if you shut me down, you're going to have to go on national news and say anyone who bought from Perfect Foods is unsanitary. The wheatgrass is unsanitary. People are going to go, what the hell is wheatgrass? I said, it'll be good for me. I said, and plus I made these signs that I didn't use yet, and I was waiting for an opportunity. Signs? What kind of signs? I had these signs that I made on these styrofoam boards, and I just went over to the corner, I picked it up, it said, FDA wants you dead. And they came back in, it's okay, we're gonna go now. So it happened a lot of times that I fought the FDA, and by standing my ground back at the time, they backed down.